A friend of ours wanted to encourage Burr's recovery and also wanted to encourage him to stay in one place instead of trying to get around when he wasn't supposed to at that time. So they bought him a big bag of these big juicy bones, and they just had lots and lots of meat on them. So I figured I'd boil them up for him and boil them up for him. And if you're going to be boiling burr bones, then you might as well go ahead and make beef stock, right? So that's what I did. I just, whenever I have vegetable ends of carrots and onions and anything else, I toss them into the freezer. So when I get ready to make stock, I just throw it all in with the bones and let it cook down. And that's what I did. It was basically just leftovers. I cooked it up the other day, and then I let it cool down a little, stuck the pot in the refrigerator, and let the fat come up to the top. So now I'm taking the fat off. Then I will strain the stock, and then I will begin the canning process. So I'll take you along for the canning process. So while Burr enjoys himself a nice juicy bone here, I'm going to slave away over by the stove. Just kidding. No, I'm going to make stock. Enjoy that, buddy. Okay, so I went ahead and I strained out all the veggies, and you'll see there was a lot of onions and stuff in there, and bay leaves and other good herbs, and then of course fat and a couple of bones that came loose. And then you have like that, I don't know what you call it, the little floaty stuff that comes off of the meat when you cook it, kind of froths up to the top. So I strained all that out, and I'm going to put it into a clean pot and bring it up to a boil. While I'm bringing that up to a boil, I've also got my canner heating. I'm just using the small canner today, my Presto, and I've got it heating, getting it up to temp, and I've got the oven on 200, and I'm going to heat my jars for 20 minutes. My clean wash jars, but I'm going to heat them for 20 minutes to sterilize them. Okay, you're going to ladle your hot stock into your hot jars, clean the rim, and then put on your hot lid that was placed into the boiling water. Fingertip on the lid, on the ring, and when I say fingertip tight, it's pretty good tight, but don't, manhandle it over tight. Okay, so you're going to pressure can it for 25 minutes because they're quart jars, 20 minutes for pint jars, 25 minutes for quart jars, and 10 pounds of pressure. The pressure will not start until you have vented your canner, and then once you have vented it for 15-20 minutes, then you put your pressure weight on, and once it starts rocking, that's when you start timing. Okay, so the weight is just starting to rock, and so I started the timer 25 minutes, and we'll keep it rocking at a gentle rock. You don't want it, like flying around on there or anything. A gentle rock like you see doing is perfectly fine. Okay, 25 minutes are up, so I removed it from the heat. With my Presto canner, I do remove it from the hot burner, whereas with my All-American canner, I leave it on the burner because it's just too heavy to move. With this one, I remove it from the heat and let it cool down on its own accord once it's depressurized. We can open it, but I like to usually just let it the jars cool down inside. It just makes it easier, so all of a sudden cold air is not hitting the hot jars. And there's the end result of the stock. So, and it is extra, it's a very strong stock. I could have diluted it some more, but I like it strong, and then that way if I want to add more water to it, I can at the time. So we got a good, nice, strong stock that will be good to make all kinds of delicious recipes at a later time. And if nothing else, it's nutritious even just by itself. So when life throws you a dog bone, make stock.